Hello guys, this is Deborah. Always a pleasure to come back. Thank you guys for always engaging. Thank you for following my channel. Thank you very much. I see your conversations, great conversation that people are beginning to talk about this new era about homesteading. It's so thank you very much. I'm enjoying the conversations. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. If you haven't subscribed my channel, kindly subscribe and share with the family and friends and continue engaging. Always a great community about homesteading, the things that we are doing, relocating from the UK, going back home. I think if we're a mass, if we're a force, we'll be able to achieve more. So guys, I'm so grateful about this community. I'm so grateful for you. I won't be able to carry on doing what I'm doing without you. So today, I'm going to talk about couples, about couples, how sometimes couples don't agree, how sometimes couples or people are stuck in the UK. I think in my last video, I spoke about some people are stuck because they married people who have different opinions, or some people already at our old age, they're already married, but they are not particularly agreeing about rural home, about homesteading. So what I've seen, most couples get stuck in the UK because they are not able to agree on building a home in the rural area. Most times I've seen men, they're the ones that normally push it, and women are saying, what for? I know that because I used to be that woman. So probably today I'm going to talk to women. They might be, I'm not denying that there might be men who might have the same feeling. But for me, I'm going to do the video because I'm talking from my experience and from the feelings that I had, which I think most women might be able to share with me. And I'm doing this video particularly because I was in that place. So I'm here to be able to help someone who might be in the same position that I was about, not agreeing with your man, with your husband when they speak about homesteading and village building. Yeah, when we started the conversation, with my husband, after we finished our run home, I was like, I think we are done. And when he brought the conversations about the rural homesteading, rural building, I was like, oh, I had my business hat on as usual, and my mind was fixed on numbers. My mind was fixed on profit margins. My mind was fixed on tangible returns. So to me, rural building felt like pouring money into the ground. I was saying, so if you invest in a house, what's the value of that house in the rural area? How do you evaluate it? To me, rural building felt like pouring money into the ground. I kept asking, where's the return of these investments? Why not focus on what we've already done? Why not build a cottage at the backyard on our home already in Harare? Why not, maybe buy another house? Why not focus on something else? But my focus on the figures I was not truly hearing my husband when he was trying to explain, but I could not hear him. I was listening to respond, not to understand. Before he finished the sentence, I was ready with the answer because I had my notebook and my pen ready to put down the figures. But this is not about figures. There's no figures that we can know, that we can put to an emotional satisfaction. It was only when I slowed down and really heard his heart, not just his words, that I realized this wasn't about bricks and cement. He was talking about identity. He was talking about a place where he grew up. He was talking about a place where he's attached. He was talking about a place where he grew up and attached to his parents. He was talking about a place that gave him memories about his childhood. He was talking about a place that would give him some kind of satisfaction that no other place was able to give him. He was talking of a place of building a legacy. He was talking of a place where maybe our parents did not manage to leave a legacy for us. So he wanted a place whereby he can leave the legacy for his children, whereby his children could call it a home, a place whereby we can look back And when our children grow, our grandchildren grow, they'll point out to say, these people who used to live here, these people who left this roof, these people who built this house, these people who built this foundation. So that one are not able to aid, to put any monetary value to it. And was talking about healing the gap between where we are now and where we came from. So I had to really listen and get into his shoes to understand where he was coming from. So when I listened, I got it. I understood then that he was not talking about building for today's profit. He was building for tomorrow's roots. A profit that will live beyond us. A profit that will live beyond our children. A profit that will live beyond our lives. But investing, maybe building a house in a ride, whatever, is something that we are just doing for you now, but it won't live beyond you. But that legacy will live beyond many generations. That's now. That's when I understood where he's coming from. I'm glad I listened. But at first, so you might be a lady, might actually be in that position that you are not able to understand. But what I'm saying, you may not be able to explain, but there is more to it. And after we agreed, I could see some joy in him. I could see some happiness in him. I think it must be very sad to live with someone when they've got something that they aspire in their heart and they're not able to achieve. And now we are like reaching our retirement age and they're saying, I'm about to retire. I'm not able to do this thing that I really desire in my heart. So sometimes when I listen, I feel like he's much happier than all the things that we've ever achieved in this life. We've achieved. We bought a house in England. We've got a house in but this it's another level of achievement which gives him joy. So I'm appealing to you ladies just to listen to your man. Just give him an opportunity. Just listen, go into his shoes and see. Sometimes when you go back to your home village, there's nothing there, but there's some sentiment of value. There's a feeling that you feel when you go there. So this is something maybe that they are crying out. There's something that they are talking about, though they are not able to put a monetary value or a monetary gain to it. And also, I will address this, I will say to ladies again. Today, it is a video, ladies. If you're a man that you have been resisting rural building, maybe that's for you, call you a lady today. But today, I'm just gonna be honest. Ladies, especially ladies in the UK. I'm also an agent's nurse. I've been finding that agent shift is actually really reduced to zero right now. NHS is struggling, as you all know. So agent shifts they're very low. So the work volume is actually reduced to a very low volumes. So this is another reason why you need to invest in the rural, because things are not the same as they were a few years ago. Building in the rural is not just about a tradition anymore. Okay, if you want to think of it, it could also be a business. It's about securing options, because actually you could actually do farming. While you farm, you can run your Harare home as an Airbnb while you are utilizing farming in your rural home. Like at the moment, there's a Nema chickens contract which are being run, which are being spoken about on YouTube. Those are projects that we can do. We can actually run a chicken business. We can actually run doing market gardening, things that we can sell. And while you are there, you can actually, you are at a house, use it an Airbnb and lock it and open it up when you come back from the rural area. This is what we are actually anticipating, like we are here right now. Our house in Harare, it's on Airbnb. We just look our main bedroom and the rest of the house are used, especially on peak period, especially in August and and during Christmas time. People are looking for somewhere to live. You could actually open a home. Like right now, we are building in the rural areas. Is that man from Airbnb, which is supporting that project. As you know, work is very low. So so some people right now, they're stuck. What they're saying, if I go back to Zim, I don't have any project to give me money. But most of you probably have got a house in Harare. But if you build a rural home, which means the option that you could actually live in the rural home and do your farming while you run your Harare house as an Airbnb and come back. When you want to come back, you just block the debts. Actually, you don't need to rent it for. If you rent your house for 3 months, you are enough to go. You've got enough money, because 1 month, say if you are charging £150 per night times 30 months times 30 days, that's 4,000. That's 4,000 pounds, 4.5 pounds or US dollars for that month. So you can only just rent it out, Airbnb it for August and December, and the earnings that you get there will be able to sustain you for the rest of your life. So which means you've got an option to move to the rural areas while you're doing farming. Your house is earning you money now, so that's already another form of business which is available to you. Because some of us are already trying to work, trying to be frustrated because things are not available. What can I do to start a business? And maybe you need a large capital, but a rural home, you don't need a large capital to build. Like we are already building the bedroom. We managed to acquire some grass to do our thatching just from local people. It costed about maybe $200 to do the grass, so it's quite cheap. The soil we're digging from local, or bricks we're digging from the local. So rural home is quite cheap, but it's the same amount of value that it gives you. It's more than what you can think of. So I'm trying to show you the business side of the rural building of homesteading. So it's not only besides being an emotional satisfaction for you, for your other half. Maybe that's where they come from. Maybe it is your man, being maybe emotional satisfaction for both of you. It's actually a business. Your rural base becomes your headquarters, So I'm encouraging those people who had not thought about it to think about this idea of rural home and go and start put a structure, and little by little you get there, So it's something that is worth to think about. So this message is actually particularly for ladies that think, oh, what will I be doing in the village? Like if you have lived in the UK, find actually the village is actually where the life is. We visited a farm here in the UK, and I found those are the people actually who have got a good life. They've got a better quality of life than people who are living in the cities because of pollution and everything. So coming living in the UK has changed my perspective of how I view the rural life. Before, when I was there, I was thinking Harare is the best, but now I'm like, no, rural life is actually the best, where there's quietness and peace, and I'm able to go for my walks, and I'm able to eat organic food that I'm growing with my own hands. So there are so many advantages to it. It's no longer a luxury, but actually a necessity. So I'm just begging you for you to hear me. As I spoke about earlier on, that agent shifts are quite low, but I'm on you ladies today as well. But some of us ladies, we said, I don't want my house. I don't want anybody to live in my house. Your house is finished. It's all furnished, but there's nobody living in it. You've hired someone to clean your home. You've hired a garden boy to look after your garden. And here, you are suffering because the shifts are not there. Or some of us are now doing even healthcare assistant jobs. And we are tired. We've been working for a very, very long time. And it's time for us to rest. But here's the thing, why don't you put your home in Airbnb? You can actually look a bedroom. But I'm saying I can't imagine anyone living in my home, especially ladies. But what I want to tell you is, people who come for Airbnb, they are not even staying in your home. They are just there for a few hours. They are staying out. They are going out to see areas. They are visiting Victoria Falls. They're gonna stay in your house. Probably they won't spend 3 days in your home, but they are paying you $160 a night for staying in your home while you are planning to return these few months that are remaining. When you do that, the amount of money that you're gonna get there will be able to help you to fund your rural home. Will be able to fund your rural homesteading. Because I heard most people saying, "Oh, Deborah, how are you managing to build that? To build the rural home? How are you managing to do that when shifts are so scarce, when there's no work?" But this is the month that we're using from Airbnb. We're renting a house as Airbnb while we are here. It's not locked. But how can you have a house locked and we are broke? It's called a silent loss. It's called a silent loss, what you're doing, because your home can make you some money. Even if you don't want someone permanently, they can stay there. There are people who come from here who don't want to live in the locations there. They want to live in nice houses like the one that we have. So you can lock a bedroom up and you just find a cleaner to go and clean. And I'm happy to manage for you. If you want some help with that, I'm able to help you to set that up. It's very simple. So you can just rent it out for 2 months, just August and December, because Harare is actually be busy. And during the trade fair, you find when the occasions happen in Harare, people are looking for accommodation. And you can actually choose your guests. My guests, most of them are from the diaspora. I don't take any local guests. So my guests are from the USA, my guests are from Australia, my guests are from the UK. And I've got a choice to pick such guests who understand who understand the way you are, our house is supposed to be. They understand us, they understand where we are coming from. So they won't ruin your home, So there's no reason for you to be stuck. You just need maybe 3 months of Airbnb. You'll be able to fund and start building your rural home. So it's something that I thought we'd have a conversation and sit down and talk about it today. I hope it's making sense what I'm saying today. So my message really today is for you ladies, that when our men talk about rural building, they are often reaching out for their roots. They are often reaching out for their pride. They are often reaching out for their identity, because coming here has made most men lose their identity. As we are here, probably most women that came here, we were breadwinners, because we're the ones who had the skills that were required here. And probably our man had come to jobs that they didn't like, that didn't give them that satisfaction, but that they were just working out for money. And right now you feel that you are now reaching the end of your life, and you've lost your identity of being a father, going out in the morning, going to the fields, and doing the things that they love, cutting down trees, looking after the cattle, doing the gardening, going to the fields, and just making them who they are. I think to give them that opportunity is something that we can do for our man. And I think once you do that, you can see actually the real men coming out. Some ladies maybe might be experiencing that. Men, you wonder why they are so depressed. Some of them are upset. Some of them they're just maybe moods that you are not able to explain. But what I want to tell you is, if you try to put them in their place, to put them where they belong, I'm telling you, you're gonna see a difference. I think you're gonna see a difference even in your marriage. Even when you go out there, you're gonna see them much happier when each person takes their positions. And I think for me, even as a woman, I would love to go and sit back while my husband go and check the fields and check the goats and check the cows, while I stay home and cook and be a traditional mother, not to be the ones that women most maybe are so used to be hunting, as to be the ones who've been used to work harder. But I'm saying it will be nice to go back to how things were. And I think it will be such a privilege to be able to do that while we're still alive, and while we have that opportunity to do that. And we're actually in a better place, that we have seen things are different here, things different. And to find there's nothing in this technology, there's nothing in this life here. That's what I've just discovered, that we may run around, we may have this huge account of money, but there's something inside that a human being that needs. That, like I said, that satisfaction, that pride, that connection to their roots, that connection to where they come from, that connection with the soil, That's connection with their mothers. That's connection with their dads. That connection with their childhood. It brings something that is unexplainable. So it's something that we consider. So us as women, I think we can fight it, or we can join in and make it better. Legacy over luxury, because when the world changes, it's your roots that will keep you standing when everything is changing. But where we come from, it will keep us strong and standing, and that will be a very good place for our children. And I know that when women, when we contribute, when we agree to a thing, we are incubators. That thing becomes big. We are multipliers. So once we support whatever your husband might be doing, his little project, but I know once you put your mind to it and agree with him, that project will go massive, that project will be interesting, and make it as comfortable as you want. Like I said, you know what, if I'm gonna go to rural, me, I love my own suite. I'm gonna have my own suite. I'm gonna have a big bedroom. I'm gonna have water in my bedroom. I'm gonna have a gas stove in the main bedroom, and have a fire again in the kitchen. So if you make those choices available to you, and it's to enjoy. I know women maybe are worried that when I go to, it's not that rural, that is like rural, but you can make it modern. But if you look outside, it's so clear, it's quiet. We are enjoying the things that you normally enjoy, and then you come to the city to arrive to visit. What life? That would be so interesting. So we are incubators. We are people who multiply. Whatever we're given, we multiply. Even God said, when we get a seed, we multiply. We're given a seed. We bear children. Give a woman some ingredients, she'll make food. Give a woman a house, she'll make it a home. So we are people who are great. So I'm just appealing to you, join your man. His joy is your happy. You reap from that happiness. When he's happy, you're happy too. So I'm just talking to you. I don't know. Well, maybe there are men also who might be in the same area, but I'm just talking to anyone who's not maybe agreeing with your partner. You may not be in the same boat with your partner, but I'm saying it's important just to listen attentively, to listen actively, not to listen to answer, but to listen actively and hear them. Go into their shoes and hear what they're saying. And I'm telling you, there's so much joy when people are working in unity. There's so much joy when couples are doing things together. So my final message to you is, I said no before, but now I'm glad I said yes. So you might be there out there, you might have said no before, but you'll be so glad, and you will thank me later to say you have chosen to say yes. And it's not too late. Wherever you start is the right time for you. Don't compare with other people. Wherever you are at, you're just right at the right time where God wants you to be. So it doesn't matter. Just join him and see how far you go. And also, I will reiterate again, listen beyond the money, hear the heart, hear the intention, hear the emotions, hear where his heart is coming from, hear his heartbeat. Then you'll be able to understand. Don't listen to answer, but listen to understand, listen to hear. And my final point to you is build together for your children's future. That's not only for the two of you, it's for your children's future. Whenever I started that homestead, I said to my husband, I think it would be good to say this is my portion, this is the place that I'm gonna lie, a homestead, that I could be buried there, and my great-grandchildren could go and find us there and enjoy the things that we did for them. They could go to a place and see memories. They could go to a place and see stones, foundation that we laid with our own hands, and go to that place and see the wood that we made with our own hands, and see the foundations that we built, and see walls that we built, and see trees that we planted, and see wells that we dug, and see dams that we dug, And you see things and the stones that we laid. Your generation, third generation, saying, you see these two people that are lying here? This tree was planted by my great-grandmother. This tree was planted by my great-grandfather. Won't you be glad to be part of this journey, ladies? Won't you be glad to be part of that legacy? Won't you be glad to be part of this thing? Won't you be glad to be part of this movement? Around houses, you can sell it anytime. The moment you go, they'll sell it to the neighbor. You come there afterwards, it will have been sold already. The money is already finished. Your London home, the moment you go, it's either taken by the council, is sold, and the money is finished. There's no memory for it. But there, you are writing something which is unidentifiable. You are writing something which is solid. You are writing something which is permanent. You are writing a legacy for great-grandchildren. So I think today's video was just about persuading someone who's out there who might be saying, I don't think it doesn't make any sense. Maybe for me, I don't know. Maybe because it's our age, I don't know. But I just feel so convinced. I feel so sold out. I feel like this is actually this is the thing that I could have started before. Because when we went to Lake District to visit with my husband, but we stayed in the countryside and we stayed at a farm. We saw thousands and thousands of years of legacy. A house that is more than 100 years that we saw there. And we're like, wow. Why can we not build such a thing ourselves? Why can we not build such a thing for our children? And that farm had been left for generations and generations and generations and generations. I thought it's time for us to wake up and to do these things for our children, do these things for our legacy. Yeah. So guys, sorry, today my video was not a very interesting one, but it's very emotional for me. So I hope somebody hears me. I hope I've helped one or two people. Thank you guys for this video, spending time with me. I was in flight. so thank you for flying with me from London to the USA. I've just landed in Boston. I've just come spend some time with my family before I go back to the village. Before I go back to the village, as we are planning to go back to the village. But guys, thank you very much for rocking with me, and I would like to appreciate you for making this channel possible. It's because of you. But I'll ask you to do one thing today, just to kindly subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you have reached this far watching, kindly subscribe so that I'm able to spend more time bringing you more quality content. The more people subscribe, the more time I get to continue creating content. I know 80% of you just watch my content but don't subscribe, so I'll kindly ask you to subscribe today. But otherwise, guys, thank you very much for rocking. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please tell me in the comment section what you're doing, what our projects do, what are the projects that you're doing, and what are the challenges that you're facing that we can discuss, that we continue to be a community. Tell us your story, tell us what you're building, tell us where you're moving to, tell us what your project is. I've attached a few random designs just to give you inspiration. Most of them, they are not mine. Mine, you know, my project doesn't finish as such, but others, they're just tiles that I've been researching about. So I just put there for you so that you can have some inspiration. I can send you some pictures if you want. If you DM me, I'll be able to send you the real pictures so that you are able to build your homestead. So I hope you get inspired. Thank you for today. I love you so much, guys. Stay blessed.
Zimbabwe.